from my point of view and from where I sit, it'll be almost impossible. If you didn't want to get it done in February to now, then what makes me think, seeing what I've seen, that they want to get it done at all?
The facts, dates, and events presented in this video are from the members' best recollection and may not be fully accurate. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Always consult with your local union about your rights and duties at your workplace. The opinions shared on this video are our own and do not necessarily represent my employer's positions, strategies, or opinions. All views shared are protected under the National Labor Relations Act.
What is going on, everybody? So today I have Greg Kerwood out of Local 25 and Richard Hooker, Principal Officer of Local 623 in Philadelphia. And right now we are kind of in a situation where things just got pretty crazy. There was a release, a press release or a tweet, whatever you want to call it, from the IBT saying that national negotiations have been canceled. You know, for anybody who's a union activist like us, we know the severity of this, but the normal everyday driver may not understand the severity of this. So I'm going to throw it to you, Greg. Why is this so important?
Well, I think first you need to understand how the contract works. So everybody has a national agreement that they work under, and then a supplement, and then possibly riders underneath that pertain to their local region or their local union. This time out, the IBT and President O'Brien have chosen to negotiate the supplemental agreements first in order to create sort of an artificial deadline for the company to get them to work these out and get them settled before national start. He's been very forthright and upfront about that from the get-go, that the supplements needed to be done or at least nearly done before they would start the nationals. The company has not done that. They have not bargained in good faith. In some cases, they have failed to show up for bargaining. Very little progress has been made across the country on these supplemental agreements. So therefore, the deadline coming up next week, President O'Brien released a statement that national negotiations will not begin until the supplements are done. I think that the purpose of that is to let the company know that we're not joking. When we say there's a deadline, because we have another deadline on August 1st, and we're not going to back down from that one either. And so, you know, it's time for the company to come to the table and bargain, or the countdown is going to continue, and it's coming fast and hard. So it's a huge statement on the part of the IBT and a huge line in the sand for the company, and it's their move.
Rich, you're on the front lines. You're negotiating with the company right now. What can you tell us what's going on?
Well, from the supplemental level, things are not moving at all. Zero movement. Very to little movement in some places. The company they're just cocky and arrogant. They just don't believe that we are united. They don't believe that we are going to do what we said we were going to do. And they're in for a rude awakening. I mean, August 1st is 12 weeks away. 12 weeks. You have 340,000 members, and you're playing with their lives right there. You're playing with their families. And, you know, this is going to backfire on them, because we are being disrespected. That's what's really happening. So when we come to negotiate, they don't show up and they're not bargaining in good faith. What you're showing, especially now that we have rank and file members at the table, they see what the company feels about them. Forget about the officers. They see how the company feels about them. Because when they go back to their shops, they tell them, hey, the company didn't even show up. Or the company is regressive in their bargaining. So now you have that point that we have in our pocket now, because before, you know, in most locals, rank and file members weren't there. They're there now. They're telling them, because they're on the front lines, man, you know what? The company didn't even show up. Not only did we give them our labor, they don't even have the respect to show up and bargain over what we just gave them. Just think about that.
Absolutely disrespectful. I agree. So I got to ask both of you this question, right? There's 15 weeks left on this current contract, but we would say there's 12 of actual negotiation, because after 12 weeks, they got to send it off to the members and have it voted upon to see if it's a yay or nay as far as the contract goes. So, Greg, you're a numbers guy. What do you think is the chances of us negotiating all the supplements and the national in a 12-week span?
As the expression goes, I think it's slim to none, and Slim just walked out the door. I don't see how it's, I mean, short of the company making a 180-degree turn and deciding how foolish they're being and coming to the table and actually showing that respect and bargaining in good faith, I don't see how it can get done in that span of time. I'm not going to say it's impossible, because anything's possible, but I just don't see how it is possible that we get all that wrapped up in time to have it voted on by the members by August 1st. And you know, again, the important part is that August 1st, this isn't Hoffa's August 1st. This is a different August 1st. It's not, well, we'll just stretch it out and see what happens and let it go for 3, 4, 5 months and you know, get everybody a retro check or something. This is, we're going to do it and we're going to get it done, or we're going to show you who you're messing with. And I really think that it's going to come to that. I've said it for a long time. Again, nobody wants a strike, but as Richard said, you know, I couldn't have put it better. This company has absolutely no respect for our members at all. And their arrogance knows no bounds. They truly, honestly believe that their wizardry and their technology is what makes the billions in profit. And they are going to find out the truth on August 1st if they don't turn around and start bargaining in good faith now.
Just a heads up, next week's video, we're going to be covering why the company can't break us as a union and why we have all the leverage in the world in this situation. So before all you negative Nancys go out there and start spelling doomsday, believe me, it's much better on our side than their side. So I'm going to go with you, Rich. I'm going to ask you real quick. Do you think the company can negotiate all this stuff within a 12 weeks period?
Absolutely not. They haven't shown that they're willing to negotiate. I mean, we've been negotiating since February. I mean, so I don't, from my point of view and from where I sit, it'll be almost impossible. If you didn't want to get it done in February to now, then what makes me think, seeing what I've seen, that they want to get it done at all? I really think they just, as Greg just said, their arrogance knows no bounds. They just believe that they made so much money. Who are the teams to challenge us? You know, we can make it without them, and you guys know. But they're gonna find out, man, the hard way. August 1st will be here, and once that 12 o'clock midnight strike, I'm hoping and praying I'm in the building and I can walk my members out. I'm telling you guys, I'm looking. Oh God, I got goosebumps just thinking about it just now. I'm hoping it happens. I really do. I really do.
Why do we have to win this fight we're going into?
Well, this is for the soul of labor, right? I just left a meeting with some Amazon workers, some postal workers, railroad workers, different workers in the city. And everybody's talking about this. Everybody's paying attention. When we win, it's not even if. When we win this fight, we're going to uplift all of those sectors I just talked about, because everybody is interconnected, right? Everybody's paying attention to this. So when we win this, you'll start to see more and more non-union workers wanting to be part of a union, because they will have seen what we have done. And the other people who are part of unions, they're going to go back to their employers and demand more, right? And that's what this is about. It's about giving those workers, both union and non-union, that confidence that, you know what, these UPS workers did it, I can do it too, right? And that's what this means.
I agree with you. And another aspect I look at is the fact that look at what management has done to their own management team. You know, when I first started, their wages used to be comparable to a driver's wage. They used to have pension. They used to have benefits. They got to pay for their benefits now. They don't have a pension anymore. They got matching 401k. They're trying to grab whatever they can. I actually had a manager tell me this a long time ago, and I agree with him. There's three aspects that the high corporate ladder can look at when they're trying to make more money, right? There's the shareholders, which they'll never touch. There are the managers, and then there are us, right? They can't touch us because we're covered under a union contract. So who do they go after? They go after their own management team. If we didn't have a union contract, they would absolutely gut the living hell out of us. We would be Amazon workers almost, right? No pension, no benefits, $20 an hour. You know, this wouldn't be a middle-class job anymore. So just keep that in mind. And so, and I need everybody watching this to do me a solid, because I can tell the viewer count is growing substantially lately, but I need you to go to your building and tell every worker the situation we're in. You know, if you want to throw them the video, that's great. I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, we need boots on the ground, people talking those one-on-one conversations with everybody out there. Because if I have 3,000 people watching this and all of you did that, word would spread like crazy, spread like wildfire. And I want everybody to be ready for this. And I'll tell you in the next video why we will win this fight. But I just want to advocate right now of what's going on and the importance of this, because we've been saying it for a while now that we've been having this feeling, but it's getting very, very evident right now that time is really ticking away. And they got a science fair project due, and they have been doing nothing the entire time. Right? If you haven't done so already, check out Greg Kerwood's UPS Contract Group. And then 623 Lives Matter. I'll put the links down below. I'm going to throw it to you first. Rich, shout outs. Who do you want to shout out tonight?
A big shout out to just every worker, whether you're in a union or not in a union. I want to give a big shout out to you because throughout this pandemic, you still showed up, you still produced, you still took care of your family, and shout out to you.
Kerwood, who are you going to shout out tonight?
I am going to shout out our brothers and sisters out of Local 251 in Rhode Island from RISD, the Rhode Island School of Design. They are currently on strike. And man, I went down there on Wednesday and it was awesome. And if you haven't seen the videos from today, they shut down the whole city block. They had every student came out of school, marched down the street. They are out there banging drums and making noise. And man, it is like plugging into an amplifier when you go down there and recharging your batteries. It is so awesome to see, especially these young kids. They are not going to accept the world that we are giving them, and they are going to fight for better. And man, I love every minute of it. So huge shout out to them.
And I want to shout out everybody out there that's been watching this since the beginning, but especially everybody that's been sharing this stuff. This has been a grassroots thing. There's nobody on YouTube searching for this shit. This has been literally people word of mouth, check out the channel, and it's built up over time. And we're just here trying to get the word out because this is important to us. And we want to make sure that this message is given out to everybody. You know, I know that not everybody gets their information from this channel, but we need every avenue covered as much as possible. You know, we're in the year, 2023. Let's use every avenue possible. And also everybody that creates a podcast out there and all the media that we have out there for the Teamsters. Love you guys. Appreciate you. And I'm going to call it. I'll see you next week. Every Sunday, we're going to be releasing a video. I appreciate you.